Hey, I'm Brian. I've been a new dad 3 times, and every time I stayed quiet about the hardest questions. If you're in year 1 right now, just know it's okay to open up. I'm doing that here week by week, so you don't have to go through this alone. So, am I supposed to talk to my baby? I mean, the short answer is eventually, right? Like, eventually, you're gonna have to start talking to your baby. Um, but does it make sense to talk to your baby right now? I mean, it's only 5 weeks in, right? Like, what could they possibly understand from all that gibberish coming out of your mouth, right? I'll be honest, I never really talked to my first 2 kids as a baby, but I recently became a father again in February of 2025, and I had a YouTube channel then, and I decided to, make videos talking to my baby. And my first video on my channel here is a video of me talking to my baby about 100 things I wish I knew before becoming a dad. And I doubt that she'll ever remember that video, or I doubt she understood what I was saying during that video. But I definitely feel a lot closer with my third child than my first two, and I'm not just saying that because I, talk to my third child and not my other two, but the way she looks at me now is a bit different than the way my first 2 kids looked at me around this age. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm just making this story in my head, but I made quite a lot of videos that are not released yet where I just talk to my baby, and I don't know, like, here's the thing, like, when I started talking to my baby, I felt I was a bit more present. It prevented me from doing the thing that I hate doing the most, which is uh, spending time on my phone. Spending time on my phone when my kids are around me. That's a big no-no for me, and my wife reminds me all the time, but it's easier said than done. But I found that when I was talking to my baby, I obviously wasn't on my phone, right? I was a lot more present in what I was saying. Um, Giving direct eye contact. She could definitely understand my facial expressions, and I want to say she became more comfortable with me, right? Like, because every time I saw her after that, I would sense she got a bit excited, right? And like I said, maybe I'm just making this up in my head, but I definitely feel a lot closer with my third child this time around. And yeah, it's that phone, right? It's that damn phone that distracts you from any bonding and any connection whatsoever, right? Because I'm guilty as anyone, where my kids are in the same room playing and I'm on my phone, right? I remember when I first had my first few kids, or first 2 kids, I would just I'd be holding them upright and on my phone on the other hand. So I'd have my son on one shoulder and then a phone on the other hand. And I think that was time wasted, I could have talked to could have talked to them more. And I chose to look on my phone instead, right? And now I really can't get that moment back. I felt the need to get distracted. I don't know why. I just instead of just talking, right, on a basic level, right? Because Here's the thing I've come to realize with 3 kids now and 5 years of fatherhood under my belt is that uninterrupted bonding time where you're their sole focus and nothing's distracting you. Every minute is like gold, right? Even if it's like 10 minutes, because they see, they see you caring about everything they're saying, every little detail that's in front of you. And that bonding time matters, man. It matters. It matters, because not too long ago, my son, we were in the same room, and he said to me, he said, "Dad, why are you always on your phone?" And that hit me hard, right? That hit me hard, and that's connection takes work, man. Connection takes work, and I think if I could go back, I would want to build that habit of just talking to my baby, because you're building the habit of just bonding time, right? Time that you're using to communicate with your child, right? You're building up that skill of communication, that routine of communication and with your child that eventually you're gonna need, right? Eventually, when they're like my eldest now, who's 5, he's got away with words, right? And I gotta be able to communicate with him in an effective manner that's not demoralizing, but still strict, but balancing some softness, right? Like it's good to build that habit early. And you might think it's nonsense, but at the very least, it takes you away from your phone, right? Putting your phone aside, you're looking into your daughter's eyes, your son's eyes, and you're just, tell them about your day, right? Tell them what's been bothering you, right? Tell them what's been making you happy. Tell them how they make you feel. I think you'd be surprised at how babies are so perceptive at that age, and that how they sense love, right? And the cool thing too is that they don't talk back, right? They just listen, right? It's hard to find people that just listen these days and that give you their undivided attention, right? And so that's a long-winded way to say, talk with your baby early, build that connection with them, bond with them, build that routine of bonding, and when they get older, when they can actually talk back to you, hopefully that relationship is stronger. They've got a bond with you, and yeah, man, talk with your kids, right? Talk with your kids.